kind of. Okay. So today's lecture is actually a maths lecture combining of three classes, EC1103A, 3B as well as 3C. So meaning that usually on this day, Tuesday, I'm going to conduct a maths lecture, and it is a lecture. For the second one, inshallah, if there is no obstacles, I'm going to hold that class for your tutorial. So if you have any questions, inquiries that you do not understand about the previous classes, then you could ask me whether you want to see me online like this, and then we could hold a Google Meet or WebEx together for those people who do not understand, or you could do your assignments during those the period of 2 hours. Inshallah, I will not conduct Google Meet for every and each session, but perhaps once in a month, so that you would not be burdened into coming to my class so many times, meeting virtually at the moment. And then, okay, now I'm going to share for today's class, I'm going to talk about the course content, what you are expected to do, the assessment, what is it about this course. And then if you have any question, you could ask me whether in the chat room, or you want to open your microphone and ask me orally. Give me a moment. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, everyone. I'm trying, okay. Right. Okay. If you could see this, my slide, ELC231, please give me number 4. Type number 4 in the chat room. Okay, very good. Now, I'm going to talk about the course. All right. Somebody is trying to get in. These latecomers, they are disturbing our... And I have to approve those people. Okay, now. Integrated, this is ELC231, Integrated Language Skill number 3. So this one, Integrated Language number 1 and 2, ELC121 and ELC151, they are prerequisite to this one. You have to pass those first before attending this one, before attending this course. Yeah? The credit unit is 3. And then the contact hours is 4 hours, meaning that we are going to see each other. Hopefully, we are going to see each other 2 times a week, and then for each for the session, each one of them is going to last for 2 hours, and then for part 3 students, obviously. Basically, this is the learning outcome. You are expected to be able to speak confidently in non-academic issues as well as in a social setting. Number 2 is for you to be able to respond to any reading questions, whether it is authentic or non-authentic discourse. And number 3, for you to write well. Obviously, we are going to ask you, and at the end of the course, you are expected to be able to write an expository essay or evaluative commentary. Commentary meaning that you are going to have, like, you are able to respond to any written piece of essay, be it newspaper article or report, and then you are going to be able to decide whether this is a good piece of writing or not. That is our expectation to you. And then, sorry, this is the syllabus content as usual. And then the teaching methods suggested to us, the first one is direct instruction, and then you are going to have role play. This is for your assessment number 4. Assessment number 4, you are going to be asked to do an evaluative commentary on the films or documentary is up to you. So this is the one when we talk about role play, and then you are expected to hold discussions as well, whether be with your lecturer, be it with your lecturer or with your friends, and then from time to time, you are going to conduct grammar exercises as well as grammar lessons. And then you have to listen to any audio or some video recordings and be able to respond to those recordings, online activities, and then peer learning. Peer learning meaning that you have to learn from one another because you are going to work in groups or with your partner. Okay. This is the most important one. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the assessments. Please bear in mind that you have, if I'm not mistaken, you have to pass 50. Is it 50% for passing mark? Yes, I think so. So these are the distribution of marks. We have 4 assessments. The first one is going to be in your week 6. Week 6, it is an essay writing, and you will be given an instruction to write an expository essay. We have lots of types of expository essay. Later on, we are going to learn what are the types of expository essay, and then it's supposed to be in class assignment, but then we are going to do it online since we have ODL throughout the semester. You have to write 250 to 300 words of essay, and then the time given is 1 hour 30 minutes. The second one is evaluative commentary. Like I mentioned earlier, you have to respond to a newspaper article, and then the newspaper article should be an opinionated piece of essay. All right, you could not have a newspaper report. What I mean by news report. So later on, when we talk, when the time comes, I'm going to elaborate further about this assignment. What does it mean by an opinionated newspaper article and whatnot? Yeah, and then bear in mind that this is a pair work. So starting from now on, you might want to think of your partner. And your partner is very important because you have to work together. You have to decide together on which newspaper article you are going to do on. And then how are you going to respond to that? You have to write an essay of 350. Your response should be about 350 to 400 words. And then this one, I will elaborate further on, for this assignment in week 7, and then you have another 7 weeks to complete that, meaning that the submission is in week 14. And usually I will ask you to submit at the end of it's not the end, at the beginning of week 14, right? Okay. Last and as usual, we have mid-semester tasks. You have set for ELC 121. You have set for ELC 151. You know how it's going to be. It's a reading test, and then the weightage is 25%. Last but not least is oral commentary. Oral commentary is slightly different as what you had for ELC 151 and 121. For this one, you have to choose a movie, films, or TV program, and then you have to based on certain aspects, you have to tell us or do a presentation about regarding the movie or films or the TV program. And this one is going to be conducted in week 11 and 12. This is an individual assignment. So everyone has to choose one films, and we are going to conduct a Google Meet session, and then you have to present your presentation to me and your friends. Perhaps I will call you guys in groups of 5 or 6, and everyone is going, like 5 of your friends are going to see your presentation, and then they are going to give you some marks as well, right? It's not just me. Although majorly the marks are going to be determined by your lecturer. This is the weekly schedule. So usual online lecture for week 1 up until 6. Sorry, up until 5, and then in week 6 you have the first task, and then week 7 your first assignment, and then week 10 another assessment, your mid semester task, and then 11, 12 your oral commentary, then week 13 your submission, yeah, the submission of evaluative commentary. So this is further elaboration of your assignment, but I think that I have talked enough, I have elaborated enough just now. So basically the essay writing 20% week 6 you have to write an expository essay, and then the platform, the suggested platform might be Ufuture, Google Classroom, and whatnot. Evaluative commentary, this is pair work, so you have to find your partner. You have to write 350 to 400 words of essay. Oh, sorry, okay. And then, yeah, okay. So this one is mid-semester test is going to be conducted online because we are having our ODL with 1 hour, 30 minutes. But I might give you some extra time because we could not foresee the obstacles of our ODL. So extra time might be needed to students in order to answer the test. But not very long, perhaps extra 15 to 20 minutes. Try to make yourself available. After this, perhaps in this one is going to be in week 10. I'm going to ask you guys to fill in a Google form asking whether you want it to be fixed during the time, or you want it to be flexible. But it also depends on the other lecturers and the administration. Yeah, I know, because they are late. Mom, there are some people who cannot get inside this meet. Why is that? Some of you guys might want to switch on your microphone and then, sorry, respond. I think because they are late, I am presenting and then some of them wants to come in. Try to be punctual next time. All right, okay. Next one is oral commentary, individual. Yep. English movie, only English. I don't want any Japanese, Korean, Italian, Spanish, no. So only English. It could be movie, films, or we are talking about series. And the most preferred one is documentaries, right? But students do not like to do on documentaries, I know. It depends on what the administration, my boss is going to decide on this, whether we are going to fix on one type of films or one type of program, or you could choose, the students could choose between you want to do films or movies and whatnot. Okay. Next section is that, yeah, this is the most important one. Okay, so the Google Meet expectations, this is my expectations and as well as perhaps the other lecturers' expectations. The first one, if you have a Google Meet session, which I'm going to do like once in a month, not every time. Okay, the first one is to be on time. Perhaps you want to be here 5 minutes earlier so that during the class, I don't have to click admit to those who are requesting into the Google Meet class. Okay, be in a quiet place if it is okay for you, and then you have quiet place at your office, at your home or house. Yes, try to work or try to learn from a quiet place, and then be prepared If I were to ask you to open your microphone, then okay, be prepared. Presentation, this is especially important for your oral presentation, be it in weeks uh, for the first or second or the last assessment. And then mute yourself. You have been doing a very good job in muting yourself at this moment. Participation. Okay. If your lecturer asks you or your teacher asks you to participate, please do give some answer or some response. Chat responsibly, communication, and last but not least is to be respectful. Okay. As we are all aware, we do have our WhatsApp group. Okay. This Google Meet has 3 classrooms together for this session, but each of you guys have your own WhatsApp group for this class. I prefer WhatsApp group instead of Telegram because I find WhatsApp is more convenient and it's easier for me to navigate. So I go for WhatsApp, meaning that you have my number. Okay. Bear in mind, if you were to personally text me on WhatsApp, always introduce yourself first. You don't have to give me your full name. For example, my name is Siti Khadijah binti Muhammad Muhari. No, I don't want your full name. Just give me your name. For example, my name is Muhammad Ali, or my name is Siti Khadijah from BA0021C or EC1103A, because I have quite a number of students and I do not know each of you. And you could proceed with your text saying that I have a question regarding or I have a problem regarding the class tomorrow. I could not make it because my grandmother passed away this morning, something like that. Okay. Number 2 is to observe the appropriate time. Obviously, you know the appropriate time is the office hour. The office hour 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock. But due to the fact that I know that you might have sudden problem, up until 10 o'clock at night is okay for me. All right. But I'm not fond of calls unless it is really emergency. Then you might want to call me. If you think that it is okay for you to send a text message or WhatsApp message, then do so. Number 3, in the group, please. I know that we are in difficult times. Money is always a problem for every one of us, but no personal advertising saying that I am selling this, selling that in the group. Right? You might want, if your friends have your number, then you might want to advertise at the WhatsApp status and whatnot. It's okay. Number 4. In the WhatsApp groups, I do not want any general conversation. So, something like, oh, Amina, you look beautiful today. Haha, yes, something like that. No. Yeah, no general conversation. Your conversation should be related to the classroom or lessons only. The next one is obviously no bullying, no harsh words, gossiping, or unpleasant comments. Right? Boys to men to females, females to men as usual. Sorry, everyone is not accepted. So you have to maintain polite sentences, polite language with your lecturer as well as your friends. Okay, class attendance. I'm going to talk about class attendance. Oh, sorry. I'm going back here and then we are going to look at the textbook. So far, there is no information about textbook, but I have heard talks about converting textbook into PDF, but then I'm not sure. They haven't finalized on it. There's nothing. There's nothing about this. Nothing finalized about your textbook. So far, there is no information about that. Once I have the information about textbook, I will let you know. Okay, moving back to the class attendance. Okay, once in a while, I'm going to diversify the platform for the class attendance. Sometimes I prefer Ufuture. Sometimes I would use Google Form. And then my deadlines is going to be vary, meaning that some things I'm going to there is no fixed deadline. So you have to, I will always inform you guys of the deadline and pay extra attention to those deadlines. Yeah. For example, for today, I intend to make any lecture, the deadline would be 2 days or 3 days after the lecture. Meaning that if we have our classroom 8 to 10 today, perhaps I will give you sometimes or your friends who couldn't make it to this session and then give them some time up until 2 or 3 days. I haven't decided on that one. But then if it is possible, please do or please watch my lessons. I'm going to upload my lessons usually on YouTube, and then I will give you some activities, complete the activities, and then please complete them if possible during our class hours because it's more convenient. The faster you finish everything up, then the better for you. Okay. That is the class attendance. I'm going to have them on Ufuture as well as Google Form. And then this is my email. If you have any questions that you would like to email me, this is the email. And you also have my contact numbers in the WhatsApp group. Okay, now for today's attendance. Okay, our attendance today will be on Ufuture. So you have to get into the Ufuture, go to our class, ELC231, and then you have your own group. And then this is the class attendance. For example, you just have to tick here, yes, meaning that you are present. Later on, I will verify whether you are in the group, in the Google Meet or not. So you just have to go to Ufuture and then tick your attendance. Later on, I will verify. You don't have to verify anything. Okay, now, I think that is all for today. This is should be a very brief session today. Okay. Anyone, if you have got any questions, please open the microphone and then unmute your microphone and ask me questions. Or you want to post questions on the chat box is also possible. Yep. Anyone? Okay. Nazmi or Khairi?
Okay, madam, I have a question. Well, most people call me Khairil, but Najmi is
And then
okay
you
too.
are from which class? Sorry.
So I would like to ask B 3B.
Okay.
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 So
Alright.
I would like to know if if any kind of practice book, exercise book for this sem.
All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, the top management, is it top management? Basically, my boss, they haven't decided on any textbook. I have heard rumors, but then they haven't finalized, so I could not give anything about. I could not say anything about that. Soon to be informed, I guess. The status is soon to be determined. Okay.
I see. Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay. All right. Anyone else would like to ask question? Everyone, any questions? Question in the chat box if you don't want to say anything. No, no questions. Okay, I assume Allah, Danish Hakim is just joining us at 8 o'clock at 8:43 o'clock in the morning. Okay, now Danish, is it Danish just now, was it? Okay, I think I'm going to end this. Oh, sorry. Before that, I have some things for you to complete. I would like you to do I would like you to do two Google Forms, and then I will put the link of Google Forms in the WhatsApp group. Later on, please during this class hour complete the complete the forms, because I would like to know whether you have study online internet, and then you have your own set of PC, things like that. Later on, it's okay. This one is Drive. Okay. After this, I'm going to give you the links. There are two links. Yeah, getting to know you. Attendance would be on Ufuture, as well as just a brief pop quiz, grammar quiz, quiz week 1, as well as getting to know you. So for today's class, I'm going to end this class, this Google Meet session now. Sure, you don't have any questions? No questions? No, nothing? Okay, if you have any further questions, you could ask me in the WhatsApp group. Okay, bye everyone. That is all.
Goodbye,
Okay, thank you,
madam.
madam.